Yo, shout out to the Most High. It's always a high see when we win our Lord say this. L-Deez, also known Lawrence One, for another episode of I Need to Know. Introduce yourself, G.
My name is Dante.
Oh, getting the mic.
My name is Dante Marsh.
Okay, Dante Marsh. Dante Marsh. Who is Dante Marsh? What do you do?
Dante Marsh is from North Oakland, California, Bushrod Park, 5900, Hoa Die, all of that there, that part. On a serious note, athlete, played my youth sports, learned everything that I ever can learn about sports right there at Bushrod. Went to Washington Elementary. Later on, I played for the Berkeley Cougars. Then I went to Berkeley High. Then I transferred to McClymonds, got a football scholarship, full ride to Fresno State. Played a year in the NFL with the Tennessee Titans. Then I had an 11-year Hall of Fame career up in the Canadian Football League. Played 11 seasons, retired when I was 35. Since then, I've been coaching. Went back to school, finished up my bachelor's, got my master's degree. I'm currently part of a business, a gym, a training facility in Stockton, California. I'm the defensive coordinator and adjunct professor at Delta Junior College, and I also work for Stockton Unified School District.
Damn, that was a lot. That brother sound accomplished.
A little bit.
So talk about coming up, growing up in Oakland. What was it like?
It was the dope era.
Yeah.
It was real. You had respect. So the older guys telling us to get back in the gym, get from out in front of the park, kind of help guiding us, giving us some guidance when our parents weren't around to, keep us on the straight and narrow. I wasn't no saint. I dibbled and dabbled and did what I did, but sports kept me, on the right path for, a consistent amount of time to allow me to do what I did. So growing up back then in the 80s and 90s, it was a lot of fun. You had to be there.
Yeah. I was there. I met you at Bushrod Park. You know what I'm saying? You and your brother and shit like that. Shout out to all of Bushrod Park, the Running Rebels. We had a lot of fun.
A whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun.
A whole lot of winning.
A whole lot of winning and a whole lot of shit talking.
Yeah. So you went to the NFL. I want to start off with your high school career because that's interesting to me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. So I attended Berkeley High. A lot of us played, that was from the town, played for the Berkeley Cougars. This is right there, North Oakland border. So we had some good success over there, practicing at East Campus and doing our thing. So to long story short, a lot of the guys that played for the Berkeley Cougars were funneled to Berkeley High because we had a coach, Herbert Miller. We was real successful with Herb, and he got the JV job over at Berkeley High, so he was trying to funnel all of us over there. So I ended up attending Berkeley High, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. Like I said, I wasn't a saint. I got kicked out of Berkeley High.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I got kicked out of Berkeley High my second semester of my junior year after football season. Had to go to East Campus. I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. I was a knucklehead. Got my grades back together, et cetera, et cetera. Got back, admitted into Berkeley High. But our coaches, Coach Tuyas Sopo and Coach Gradwall, had left. Now, this is after they helped turn the program around. Juwan Cherry, Hannibal Navy's got scholarships. Marcus Williams, Rashidi Barnes got scholarships. And then class 9-7, we was up next. They left, so no coach. So we got a brand new coach, Joe Martin. I got back admitted into Berkeley High.
Wait, so are you trying to tell me that Hannibal and them was your coach?
No. They was 2 years. They class of 95.
Yeah.
So them like them big bros. Like,
Yeah. They got scholarships.
Right.
But when you said no coach.
So what happened was Coach Tuyas Sopo and Mike and John Gradwall, they left after they helped turn Berkeley High around, and those guys got scholarships. They ended up cutting, so it wasn't no coach.
Where did they go?
They got college jobs.
Okay, gotcha.
Coach T to this day, he been coaching in Division I college football. So anyway, I get back enrolled into Berkeley High. Everything's good. Got a new coach, Joe Martin.
So you came back after they kicked you out,
right? So I'm enrolled back in going into my senior year. My brother, the Blow,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We having a scrimmage at Berkeley High before the season starts, and he in the stands doing what he do, capping going on, handling his, little foolishness in the crowd. So I guess it escalates to a fight, a skirmish. So we on the field in pads and shit, scrimmaging, and I hear, they jumping your brother. So for those that don't know, it's a fence I hopped the fence with my equipment on and everything and started yanking people off. I didn't punch nobody, but I ended up getting suspended for that. So I missed the first game of the season my senior year. The following week, we go play James Logan. Me and the head coach not seeing eye to eye. He ain't, he's not allowing me to do what I do. So the next day I come to, we got blew out by James Logan. So the next day I come to practice to watch film, and there's tape on my lockers, like, go see the coach. And, I'm 17 years old. I don't, what the fuck that mean? You know what I mean? So
Yeah. I don't know all this. I don't know all this.
So yeah. So long story short, we wasn't seeing eye to eye. He basically told me I was off the team, but come to practice Monday, whatever that meant. So I stormed out of the office, called my daddy. I want to transfer. Back then, people, it wasn't no transfer rules, none of that. Now, mind you, this is going into week 3 of my senior year in high school. So I end up transferring to McClymonds in week 3 of my senior year on a Monday and played that Friday.
You know what? It's crazy, though, because I want to ask you this. What was it like being from North Oakland at Mac? And I want you to press the go button now.
The go button. I get love in West Oakland.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? My Auntie Leslie, shout out to Auntie Leslie.
Shout out to Auntie Leslie and Chad.
Yeah, she used to stay in Acorn on 10th Street.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, so we always was, and I stayed on 18th and Myrtle for a brief moment. So we always kind of, the West Oakland thing was never no issue.
Yeah.
So then I had guys that played Pop Warner with me. We all knew each other. You got some of your homeboys play for the Saints. Some of them play for the Dynamites, So we grew up together, and they was going to Mac. So me transferring wasn't no big deal. Came over there, and did my thing. We ended up going to the Silver Bowl, ended up losing the Skyline, but that sparked the emergence of Alonzo Carter. Coach Carter.
Zoe. Coach Zoe.
Yeah, Coach Zoe.
Did you play with Rico?
Rick Pot, yes.
Black ass Rico.
Rico Nicholson, my guy.
You know what's crazy? I played basketball with Rico, and he's so damn fast. I did not know he was that fast.
Rico is hella fast. Y'all got a paper towel? It's hot than a motherfucker.
Yeah. Give him one of them big zags, Steve.
So yeah, man. It's the whatchamacallit. Appreciate you. So no, that's how that went. So we ended up going to the Silver Bowl, losing the Skyline.
What was y'all record that year?
Shoot, we ended up I think we was 7-3.
7-3?
Yeah.
And where did B-High end up?
B-High did their thing. They ended up going up to the hill and beat the Skyline, but they lost in the playoffs. I mean, we ended up playing Berkeley High. That's the crazy part. Like after I transferred, we ended up playing Berkeley High.
And you played against?
Yeah, and I'm playing against Mac. Now, they playing, little Berkeley partners. They playing Mr. Buster, Drew Down. They really trying to, like I'm a traitor. I done left, yada, yada, yada. So we lost 16-6, but it was dope. It was crazy because back then you could do stuff like that. Like right now, you transfer, you sitting out a year, it's over with.
Yeah, for sure. So, what do they call that?
Your eligibility gone.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
But even though that Berkeley High, right, is in a different district than Mac, it's still like that?
Yeah, but back then it wasn't all this shit where you got people showing up at your house, videotaping, cameras, making sure you coming out of that residence. So now it's like you can't just transfer. What they're trying to do is they're trying to stop the movement of people moving their kids to different schools just based on sports. You know what I mean? So I use my grandmama address. Like I remember every day she, my grandmama calling my mama, Jam, the Berkeley High done call, you're talking about Dante. Nuh-uh, grandma, I was at school. I don't know what they talk about, you know what I'm saying? So I use their address so I could attend that school, but basically telling on myself, hey man, I use my Auntie Leslie address. I stay on 30th and Magnolia. I should be going to Mac anyway.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we finessed it.
Yeah, for sure. So you went to the School of Champions.
Yes.
You went to the School of Champions. So when did the letters start coming in?
The letters were already coming in when I was at Berkeley High. So, real quick story. Me and my daddy go up to Mac. I got a Safeway brown paper bag full of letters. Washington State, Colorado, Nebraska, all Pac-10 back then. I thought I was the guy. So I get to Mac, present it to Zoe. Zoe goes back into the into the back part of the office looking at transcripts and all that stuff. He come back out like, man, you could take this home. This ain't nothing but fan mail. That boy got a 1.9 GPA. So, you know, I wasn't handling my business at Berkeley High.
Uh-huh.
So I was just, you know, go to summer school and get eligible, right? So once I got to Mac, the cat was out of the bag. So anyway, it was like, I'm a D1 player. I just got to get my grades up. So I told, oh, man, whatever I got to do, I got to do. So it was A day and B day, right? So I was able to, you got 4 classes a day. It was block schedule instead of like 1 through 8. Yeah. So the classes are now an hour and 30 minutes. So I'm able to, you know, do what I do. So I was taking like 2 and 3 English classes to replace the grades, 2 and 3 math classes. And it worked out. Got, you know, 3.1, 3.2, passed my SAT, and the rest is history.
You know what? When you stepped your shit up at the last minute, what was you think? Did you think, man, I could have been doing this the whole time?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I was bullshitting,
to
be honest with you. And you know, and that was my fault. And, you know, I think that's why I'm walking in the purpose that I'm walking in today. Like, being where I'm from and coming from where I came from and now paying it forward, trying to help all these young cats get to experience, you know, I call it Operation Free Education.
Okay.
Using your athletic ability to garner a free education and develop relationships. It's not the end all be all. Everybody ain't going pro.
Okay.
You're going to get that school paid for.
That's right.
And you know what I'm saying? You're going to put yourself in a position to have options.
So this is what I want to know. I know that Berkeley High is the only high school in Berkeley. It's kind of like a mini Cal almost, right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
What was the curriculum like? Was it what do you think that it would have been harder for you if you would have went to Mac for 3 years adjusting to the Berkeley High curriculum?
Definitely. I feel like Berkeley High, by me starting off in Oakland Public Schools and then going to Berkeley High and then coming back to Oakland Public Schools, I was like, I don't know this, I don't know that. Like I was able to do decent on the SAT. I didn't have a lot of problems with those socially biased tests because I was exposed to different things going to Berkeley High, which was on the college track, being right down the street from Cal.
Yeah.
So it was, you know, I was exposed to a little bit better curriculum and teachers really, you know, we had a Black Studies department at Berkeley High. Mm-hmm. So it was a lot of things that I was exposed to that allowed me to flourish in areas that I probably wouldn't have been able to flourish in had I would have just went to the reverse of it, like you said.
When you went to McClymonds High, what do you think that you, like, what was, if you could have said, man, I wish McClymonds had these same things as Berkeley High, what would those things have been?
Facilities, weight room, you know, better infrastructure. If like, you know, I have a lot of love and affinity for McClymonds.
Yeah, we all do.
Even though I only was there for 1 year.
Yep.
I got my scholarship there, developed relationships. Alonzo Carter, shout out to Zoe, is like an uncle to me. He's my mentor. I lean on him for a lot of things. He gave me my first coaching job at Contra Costa Junior College. So there's a lot of love. And Coach Pooh, Michael Peters, Marcus' dad, still over there making it happen. I got love for that program and for that school. So for me, I would love for it to, you know, buildings to get updated, you know, the campus to expand, things to look better. It's right smack dab in the middle of West Oakland. It's
on the back street.
On the back street.
That's the only high school that's on a back street.
On the back street.
You know, Skyline is on Skyline Boulevard.
Absolutely.
You know, Castlemont is on Mac. Fremont is on Foothill. Ojai is on Mac. Tech is on Broadway. McClymonds High is on the back street. Myrtle. What is it, 2617 Myrtle or something?
Like that on 26, yeah. Right in the smack dab in the middle of nowhere. You'll miss it if you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
So, no. Yeah,
if you're from the East Coast, you might think it's a penitentiary in the damn neighborhood.
That part.
You know? So talk about when you finally graduated from McClymonds, right? Mm-hmm. And then you went to Fresno.
Yep, Fresno State.
Did Vok Banks go there too with you?
Me and Vok played Berkeley Cougars together, Pop Warner together. I ended up doing my senior year at Mac with Vok, and we got scholarships for Fresno State together.
What was Fresno State like?
Fresno State we was a part of Pat Hill's first recruiting class, so it was me, Vok, Bob went to Skyline, Charles Smith from Logan, Rodney Wright from Bakersfield. We had a nice class. David Carr,
okay,
first overall pick, Derek Carr's older brother. So we was a part of his Pat Hill's first recruiting class. Fresno was kind of like, back then I didn't appreciate Fresno State as much as I do now. I'm an alumni, you know, I got the Bulldog tatted on me. It's Bulldog born, Bulldog bred, gonna be a Bulldog to the day I'm dead, yada, yada, yada. Being from the town, being from the Bay Area, my first car was an 84 Delta 88 photo.
Still.
2-inch white walls, A1, all of that. Shit roll out like a Cadillac up and down 99, right? So as many times as I could, I would leave school. Breaks and shit, I'm going home. It's boring out here. I'm going back to the town. Now, being alumni, going to golf tournaments, and just it's more built up, I appreciate it a lot more than I did when I was there as a student athlete back from 97 to 2000. It was different. It was slow and all of that, but looking back on it in hindsight, I really appreciate it more now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a great experience.
I mean, you got to grow into that. You got to grow into being bored, though.
You do, because when you come from a place where it's like fast paced moving, and you step off the porch and it's like 100 miles per hour everywhere, then you go to like a little country place.
That's right.
It's different. It's much different.
Talk about some of your unforgettable moments in college.
Unforgettable moments.
House parties, whatever.
We had a lot of fun. Let me say this without saying too much. If these things right here existed when I was in college, it would be a lot of trouble. Let me say that.
Chirp.
Yeah, it'll be a whole lot of trouble. We a lot of things that happen. You know, the people that was there, they know what it is. I'm not gonna speak on that.
Did you ever have to get one of those talks about white women? Like is that taboo to talk to inner city kids about white women before they go to college? Black kids.
Always. And my auntie who could damn near pass for, you know, light bright and damn near white told me, you know what I'm saying? You already know what the drill is. So, you know, of course we were prepped. But we didn't have no issues. It was good. It was a good time. I had a ball in college.
So when did the reality set that you may go pro?
My head was so far up my ass in terms of leaving high school and thinking how it was gonna go in my mind versus how it really went. So
break that down.
I thought, you know, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna come out early, and I'm gonna do my thing.
Yeah.
It didn't go like that. It was more so a shock. And when I got to my junior year, that's when I realized, yo, I can really do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that drink is serious.
Well, you know it's real. That mean he said that drink is real. You know what I like to say? That mean the shit is working.
Come on,
you know what I want.
So yeah. So no. Around my junior year, Lawrence, is when I thought like, yo, I can probably get paid for playing.
You know what? I want to know something, man, because did you play baseball too?
My first sport was baseball.
So this is what I want to know, because I know, shout out to Marcus Cole. He played 3 sports. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mark Cole is my partner.
Come on, man.
Hey, what's funny is you say that because me and him just was talking a couple weeks ago.
Oh, for real? You got to give me his number before we go.
We gonna do it.
So did you play 2 sports or 3 sports in high school, or was it just straight football?
Straight football.
Okay.
My first sport was baseball, and then obviously I was a point guard playing for Melvin and Randy, running Rebels.
Yeah, rest in peace to Randy.
Rest in peace, Handy Randy. And I ended up running track my senior year.
Yeah.
So I was like a 1.5 sport cat.
Okay.
But football was it. I didn't want to do shit else after I played football.
So when you went pro, right? Mm-hmm. Tennessee Titans. Yep. What was that like? Like, what round did you go? Talk about that.
I didn't get drafted. I went priority free agent. I thought I was gonna get drafted. I didn't get drafted. I had a boulder on my shoulder because I felt like as if I did well pro day, all that stuff. I had a good college career, and it just so happened that I didn't get drafted. But I go in as a free agent. They sign me. I show well in camp, make the team, everything good. I get hurt in preseason. The biggest thing for me once I got there was guys like Eddie George, Steve McNair, rest in peace, Samari Rowe, guys like that Javon Curse, the freak. The respect level, like, you belong. Because what I was doing, because I had this chip on my shoulder to show that I belong and making plays every day in training camp, garnered those guys respect. So and then it's like you're some of these guys are older than you. You watching them on TV, and now instead of a fan, you in the locker room with these dudes. They're your teammates now.
Yeah.
So it was a couple situations where I had to catch myself, like, you can't be starstruck. These your teammates now.
Yeah.
So it was a great experience.
And how many pro games did you play?
I played in a couple preseason games and tore my shoulder up against the Bears.
Okay.
So I ended up on injury reserve for that year. Then I was out of football 3 full years before I went up to Canada.
How was that?
Canada was off the chain. Off the chain. Off the chain. So it was I was in Vancouver, right above Seattle. Still West Coast. Treated like a rock star for 11 straight seasons. Won a couple Grey Cups. Did my thing. Got placed on the Hall of Fame ballot a couple years ago. So it was Canada is a sleeper.
That's what I was gonna ask you.
Canada is a sleeper. People gotta get hip to it, man.
The only thing I know about Canada is the drinking that nigga Drake. Shout out to Aubrey.
Hey, man. Hey. Canada is off the chain, man. And we'll talk more about that off this.
Okay, for sure. What you got somebody watching?
No, I just, you know, that's a conversation between you and I.
Okay, for sure. Well, shit, now I noticed that after pro, you know what I'm saying, that you got into your fitness. You know what I'm saying? You maintaining your physique and shit like that, right?
Yeah, man, I do a little something in the gym. We got a gym. I mentor and train young athletes. We get it going out in Stockton. If you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta excuse me. I'm hot.
Don't trip. You want to take your coat off?
No, it's this shit right here.
Okay. Well, that ain't going nowhere.
It ain't.
Okay. So how many people are you training in Stockton? What is the facility looking like? What's going on?
We getting it cracking. We got to get a bigger spot. Shout out to Tim Brown and Lavelle Hawkins. Brought me in on this venture, and we getting it going. It's the factory. We're getting people, you know, where they need to get to. You know, you got your sedentary people that come in. We got a cake factory for the chicks.
Cake factory.
Cake factory.
Like the bakery cake.
Yeah, but ass. Cakes.
Oh. Cakes. Okay, for sure.
Yeah, so they come in and do their thing. You know, we got 2 phenomenal lady trainers, and then we got us 3. So we really building and we doing it.
How do you like coaching? I mean, sometimes do you feel like since you're fairly still young, do you actually still get out there and practice with the people?
Absolutely. I coach with my cleats. I get out there and get busy. So I'm the youngest 42-year-old you ever gonna see.
Okay. Yeah. Well, shit, man, I want to reverse, you know, some of my youth back. You got a 40 out the fountain of youth. I drink 2 of them motherfuckers right now if you can get some of this youth back, nigga.
Come on. You know what he wants.
So this is what I want to know. This is the $1 million question because you played. What is the easiest position to go to the NFL in your opinion?
Shit, I couldn't tell you. It's not, none of it's easy. Like, the position I played was very difficult. You talking about corner. So you covering the opposition's best player every play. So, lineman maybe. None of the positions gonna be easy. None of them gonna be easy to play at that level. Yeah. So shit, it's tough. It's a 1 percentile. It's hard. None of this shit's easy. It's gonna take a lot of hard work and dedication to get to where you're trying to go. And then the sun, the moon, and everything else got to align properly for that shit to happen. So.
Do you think that if you would have stayed at Berkeley High all your seasons that you still would have had the same success and ended up in the NFL?
Absolutely. Because I just think by me leaving Berkeley High, I put myself in a better position to get my scholarship fresh out of high school. Because I wasn't handling my business like I was supposed to academically. I was bullshitting.
Yeah.
So, you know, me changing schools in a new atmosphere and just getting around this is a young Alonzo Carter who went to Mac, who really cared. Now, for those that don't know, Zoe Dant was King Ho with Ho Frat Ho.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Went on tour with Hammer. Like, he really cared about, getting us out of poverty or the hood, and us having the ability to experience something outside of Oakland. So that's why, if it's one thing I could say, that one guy that need to really get his flowers right now is Alonzo Carter, because he's been an impact in so many young athletes' lives, and not just athletically, but he showed us a way. Like, dog, you gotta go eat, you gotta take it, because it's there for the taking. And he I saw him build everything he is, and now he's a successful assistant coach at San Jose State. I watched him build who he is, and he's been an impact in so many young guys' lives. It's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, I think I still would have been successful, but I think that path, God got everything, lined up and laid out for you. So that was my path, and I had to do it that way in order to get to where I am today.
Yeah.
So, shit. I can't complain.
For sure. I ain't mad at you. Before we get out of here, tell people where they can find you at.
You can find me on dmarsh31 on Instagram, Dante Marsh on Twitter. I got a cigar page. I'm an avid cigar smoker. Stogie Love. Shit, I'm everywhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, thanks for coming out, bruh.
I appreciate you, loved one.
Okay. Well, I am L-Deez for another episode of I Need to Know. And as usual, come on, you know what I want.